Hi, I'm Clifford Rains, and welcome to Poetry Passages, and greetings from Montpelier, Vermont. So going way back to the very first episode of Poetry Passages, I read a poem by the beloved and late Vermont poet David Budbill. Today it is my great honor and joy to be here with Nadine Budbill, David's daughter. Hi, Nadine.
Hi, Clifford.
Thanks so
Great
much.
to be here with you.
Thanks so much for coming on the program. So just, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've been up to?
Sure.
Yeah.
Gosh, in 10 seconds or less.
In 10 seconds or less.
So, well, I grew up here in Vermont on the 137-acre parcel where my dad lived and wrote for almost 50 years.
Wow.
Spent lots of time away from Vermont exploring the world and exploring cities and urban areas, and now I'm very happy to be back here living with my partner Mia and my 7-year-old daughter Riley.
Beautiful.
Not far from here, and I work in nonprofit communications and fundraising, and also steward my father's work, so
Great.
happy to be here with you.
And it's been now 5 years since your dad passed away, and I'm sure in that time you've taken many journeys through your dad's work and poetry. Can you tell us a little bit about your dad, and particularly for people who may not know his work yet, and what you think his lasting legacy is in poetry?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think that the things that are most striking about my father and his work is the simplicity of it, the plain language of it. A poem comes to mind. I may not get it 100% accurate, but say what you see, write it down, write, accuracy is plenty, what's here is good enough. So I always think about that, just that we have everything we need, and what is around us is good enough. And he was brilliant at highlighting the simplicity, the little things in life that are actually the most important and deserve the most attention and savoring.
The poignancy of the simple things.
Yes, and then also the ability to hold both the immense pain and suffering of the world and of life, along with the beauty and the joy and the immense love for this life. I think that's, as his daughter, the way his legacy lives in me is most certainly in the ability to hold both, and not have to just be stuck in one or the other. And I think he did that beautifully in his writing and also as a human.
Cool. Beautiful. So we're crouching here on a hillside that overlooks the Vermont Cemetery, just outside of Montpelier. Tell us about this spot. What's going on here?
Sure. So this right here behind us is my father's memorial stone. His ashes are buried just right here. And there's an excerpt from one of my all-time favorite poems of his, What Isa Heard. And the stone says, "Since we will always have a suffering world, we must also always have a song." Which again, the suffering with the beauty and the creativity and that art is for survival. It's not fluff. I think was very much something that he emitted.
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot. So you've selected a poem to read today.
Sure. Yeah.
What have you selected? Tell us about it.
So the poem Sometimes from Happy Life, which is one of my all-time favorites. So should I go ahead and read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Great. Sometimes, when day after day we have cloudless blue skies, warm temperatures, colorful trees, and brilliant sun, when it seems like all this will go on forever, when I harvest vegetables from the garden all day, then drink tea and doze in the late afternoon sun, and in the evening one night make pickled beets and green tomato chutney, the next night red tomato chutney, and the day after that pick the fruits of my arbor and make grape jam, when we walk in the woods every evening over fallen leaves, through yellow light, when nights are cool and days warm, When I am so happy, I am afraid I might explode or disappear or somehow be taken away from all this. At those times when I feel so happy, so good, so alive, so in love with the world, with my own sensuous, beautiful life, suddenly, I think about all the suffering and pain in the world, about all those people being tortured right now in my name. But I still feel happy and good, alive and in love with the world, and with my lucky, guilty, sensuous, beautiful life, because I know in the next minute or tomorrow all this may be taken from me, and therefore I've got to say right now what I feel and know and see. I've got to say right now how beautiful and sweet this world can be.
Wow. Classic David Budbill. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Nadine.
You're so welcome.
It's been a real pleasure. Thanks for coming on the program. And thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll see you again real soon, right here on Poetry Passages. Bye.